had mixed feelings. I'm a vaporer. I was so confused. Again, another thing that I didn't do. I don't want that to be me. That's crazy. In my personal statement for my UCL application, I wrote, this is gonna sound so crazy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I am basically going to be reacting to my video that I posted like around 2 years ago now. It was where I planned the next 2 years of my life. And then secondly, I want to kind of give you guys a bit of an insight into what my future plans are for like the next few years. Maybe not even just 2 years, but like, you know, what are my plans? If I am totally honest with you, over the past week or so, I have been thinking quite deeply about whether I film this video and, you know, talk explicitly about what I'm kind of planning on doing next. And at the same time, I've kind of felt this immense pressure. I don't know if I'm making it up in my head, but I felt a pressure to do what everyone else expects me to do, or just to do what society expects me to do. Go and do a PhD, because that's kind of like my natural progression. Or, you know, go and get like a job in London, you know, go and work in the city. I feel like I kind of have felt this pressure. But, you know, I was kind of like, you guys have been part of my life for a very long time, and I thought at the very least it would be interesting for you to hear. It would be a fun video to watch, I thought, and it might be especially interesting because I am probably not going to be taking the conventional route in life. I don't want that to be me. That is not me. I kind of want to prove to people, I'm saying that quite generally, but I want to prove to the world, but myself most importantly, that I can choose to do what I really want to do in life. I've had mixed feelings basically, but I'm here filming this video, so I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, give it a thumbs up if you do as usual. Subscribe if you are new, and we will dive straight in. So if you are unfamiliar with this video, it is basically called Planning the Next 2 Years of My Life, and it was published on the 15th of August 2019. So it's just over 2 years later. One of the funniest things about this video is I pinned a comment saying please react to this 2 years later. And here I am doing that, you know, reacting to this video. I have something to tell you about the first bit of this video, okay? The intro of this video. Like, I actually can't believe I published this and posted this online. I mean, I've done some questionable things on the internet before, but this, it's the first like 2 seconds. Should we play it again? My sister and her work colleagues have framed that bit of the video and just played it on repeat. To be honest with you, I would still say I have a lot to learn in life. I still have quite a few screws loose, let's say, but I feel like I've tightened a few of them. This sound is just very questionable. We're not gonna listen to that anymore. We're just gonna jump into the video, okay? I'm gonna skip like ahead a bit so we get to the actual main part of this video, but I just wanted to say that because yes, I have been humiliated. Get my booby on. Okay, I didn't expect to see belly in this video. I'm getting teary-eyed. Okay, it's fine. A lot has happened in 2 years. Wow. Why am I making such annoying noises? This is the calendar we're talking about. Oh my gosh, this intro that I had for a while. Basically, to put this video into context, I filmed this after I just graduated from Cambridge. It's actually really quite funny because in that moment, I seriously thought I didn't know anything. Like, I thought I didn't have a plan at all, but like I had a full-on calendar. Like, I'm looking back at this, I'm like, wow, Holly, you blocked things out. So, end of August, going into early September, my sister and I are going to be going away. And then immediately after that, my whole family, so the 5 of us, we are going to be going on a family holiday. I can confirm both of those things did occur. They were planned, they were executed. Great, moving on. The thing is tutoring that I wanted to mention, and I have been talking about in my vlogs. I put out on my website that I was going to be helping you guys out with biology or your like personal statements, and it's going super well. I'm Wait, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I interrupted you there, Holly. Enjoying it at the moment because I am getting quite a big interest in it. I'm finding myself doing it on quite random days throughout the week. Whilst we're on the topic of tutoring, let's talk about this right now. So obviously, as I said, I started tutoring on my own. It was just called like Holly Gabrielle tutoring because it was just on my website. And yeah, I'm kind of sitting here now and I have a tutoring business, like an online tutoring business. I have Polygemia, as you guys know. I have other tutors who help students in other subjects. I didn't have that in my 2-year plan. My gap year, when I couldn't do any more traveling, I was like, okay, what else can I do? And I was like, okay, let's try and expand my tutoring thing online, and I made it into Polygemia. So yeah, that has come out of COVID essentially. Polygemia will continue. I'm gonna plug it now. If you are looking for subject tutoring, if you're looking for help with applications to university or master's degrees or PhDs or anything like that, then check out the link down below. And I'm really happy with, you know, the way it's been progressing over this past year. There are definitely things I want to work on with Polygemia and things I can optimize and improve, but it is there, like it is kind of established. I kind of sorted everything out just before I started my masters. It's been like a year. Polygemia's 1-year anniversary.
Blue, there you go, Mean. You got your favorite.
She bit me yesterday.
Okay, your second favorite.
I'm a favorite.
I think Dan's a favorite, actually.
Excuse me. Milka, we're reacting to a video I filmed 2 years ago. You weren't in this video. That's not really... Did you just fall? That's not really... Okay, don't look at me. Right, let's get back to this video. This is me. This is me 2 years ago. Okay, she's not bothered at all. Before we jump to traveling, I'm just going to talk a bit about doing a master's. I want to hopefully do a master's in nutrition or nutrition with public health. So I've just graduated with a biology degree, and don't get me wrong, I would love to do a master's in something like oncology or immunology or oncology and immunology. However, if I did that, I would definitely enjoy it, but I wouldn't progress any further. When I first started my biology degree, they asked me in an interview, like, why aren't you doing nutrition? It sounds like you really want to do that. And another thing I've mentioned is that I hopefully or potentially want to do it abroad somewhere, because... Oh my gosh, this is interesting. And if I go to the US, my biggest issue would be the funding. Obviously, it's a lot more expensive than the UK, and I would love to learn a language, and if you guys know me, you know, I would love to learn German. I have no words. First of all, I can still only speak English. Second of all, I did not go and get a master's in nutrition or nutrition with public health. Thirdly, I did my master's in the UK. This is blowing my mind. I was so confused. I had no idea what I wanted to do. If you can't tell that from this video, I can definitely tell that from this video looking back at it now. It looks like I probably will start a master's in like September 2020. That is the only bit of truth in this. I did have a bit of an interest in nutrition. I still do find nutrition really quite interesting. But in the mindset that I was in at the time, it is really quite confusing to me now why I was so serious about wanting to study nutrition. The whole thing is just so confusing because, you know, I say that I want to do nutrition, and then I say that, you know, I'd really enjoy doing something in cancer biology, which is what I've done my master's in. This is just another demonstration to me in my life anyway that, you know, everything happens for a reason. Like, clearly that just wasn't right for me, and so things happened in my life, my mindset kind of shifted. And I do remember after I got home from traveling in my gap year, and I was really like trying to think about what I wanted to do, and I think at that time things were slowly starting to like click, and I was truly becoming aware of the fact that, you know, I still had issues with like food and stuff like this. You know, I still had things I needed to sort out, and so I think part of me deep down realized that and was like, you know, Holly, I don't think that's the best course for you. The second thing to talk about is, you know, obviously I thought I was going to do a master's potentially abroad, and it probably would have been 2 years because master's courses in the UK are a year, but a lot of other courses in different places are like 2 years. I obviously did think about the US, but I kind of knew it was never really going to happen just because of the fees. I thought about Australia as well, but again, the course fees would have been so expensive. If I'd have gone anywhere, I was thinking about like places in Europe, and I did get offers from universities in Europe. Wageningen, which I still can't say, in the Netherlands. I was rejected from Germany, as we know. That was another big decision for me because I was like, do I take a risk and go to Europe when the pandemic gets worse and be away from my family, or do I stay at home? But again, I am so glad that I did stay at home. I was kind of worried about being at home and studying, but it's actually worked out so well. One of the weirdest things to think about in life is, you know, what your life could have been like had you taken this route or you made that decision. Would I be a nutritionist now? No, I probably wouldn't, but you know, like, that's just weird. Anyway, Milka, she doesn't want to sit on my lap anymore apparently. Also in this purple on my calendar, I've put that I want to be writing an ebook. The ebook I thought I would like have released by the start of the new academic year, so it's September, but that was clearly too overambitious. Again, another thing that I didn't do. It was gonna be, I think, about like productivity and studying. To be honest with you, I didn't get any further than designing the front page. We're gonna move on very swiftly. I still want to, I'm not even gonna say anything because, you know, like clearly when I say things, they don't really go to plan. I feel like this calendar made me look as if I had a plan. And at the start of this video now, I even thought I looked as if I had things together when I really kind of didn't. Just goes to show that it's all about faking it until you make it, to be honest with you. Vinny, what was going through my head? Bye. Oh my god, what else am I lying about? And then just like talking about YouTube, obviously I've said before that I don't ever want YouTube to be the only thing that I do. I never want that. I just have it as like a full-time thing that I do alongside everything else that is full-time. Pause on that thought and just hold that thought. We are going to be talking about YouTube after I finish watching this full video. The traveling vlog, and as you can see, this is like 3 months, okay? 3 months. Somehow somebody has convinced me that traveling solo for 3 months is going to be an incredible experience. Big steps in the world. I am working with someone to plan it so that I feel comfortable in myself, that I know what I'm doing. Then obviously I will vlog whilst I'm traveling and hopefully be uploading whilst I am traveling on the go when I find Wi-Fi and stuff. I just want to grow as an individual, and I think it's going to be such a big challenge for me. If there was one thing on this calendar that I would have put a finger on and been like, you know, I don't think this is going to happen, it would have been traveling. But no, traveling is the thing that I did for 3 months. You know, I went away to Australia, I had the best time of my life, and I grew as an individual. As I said, I stepped outside my comfort zone, I stepped way out of my comfort zone. I did bungee jumping, skydiving, I learned to scuba dive, like I did so much stuff. Truly my life would not be how it is right now had I not been traveling. Like, it turned my life around. Another of the top comments on this video was somebody saying, I feel like the someone who convinced you to solo travel is Jade. So I was obviously, yes, inspired by Jade's solo traveling, but the person who ultimately convinced me to travel was Daryl from Welcome to Travel, and Daryl was the person who planned Jade's trip, and he also planned my trip. But I was obviously inspired by Jade. I saw Jade travel, and yeah, I wanted to do that myself, and I still want to travel now. So we will talk about traveling as well in a bit. Okay, and then the other thing that is a very big question mark, probably the biggest question mark at the moment, when I finish or come back to the UK, I blocked out marathon training. I just suddenly had this big idea the other day, and I was probably feeling very ambitious, but I was like, hey, why don't I try and run a marathon? I don't know, like, I like long distance running, I like running, you guys know that. I forgot about this. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna run a marathon, and here I am now. I am gonna be running the London Marathon this year in 2021 on the 3rd of October. Like, that's crazy. I'm in such a good place now to be running the marathon. You know, I'm running for the right reasons. So much has changed in myself and my body that I am so much more physically and mentally able to do this now. I could apply through a charity. That's the only option now because the balance. I'm running for a charity as well. I'm obviously running for Murdered Abroad. My fundraising page is linked down below. Another shout out. But yeah, I'm raising money for a charity. I'm running the London Marathon. Like, my dreams are coming true. And then obviously just to finish off looking at the calendar, May, June, July, August, that kind of summery, late springtime. At the moment I don't have anything blocked out. I might do a bit more traveling. If nothing was blocked out during those months, like May, June, July, August, because I really didn't know what I was going to be doing, I thought that I might be doing more traveling. That is what I did intend, but obviously COVID hit. So pulling this all together then, I came home from traveling, I came back from Australia, and I resumed tutoring, and I was like, you know, let's make this more official, and I set up Polygemia. Yeah, and then I changed my whole perspective and my mind, and I was like, you know, I don't want to do nutrition, let's think about cancer biology courses. And so I applied to UCL obviously, and I got a place, and here I am now having finished the course. I also said in this video, you know, I didn't think I'd learn anything through doing a course in cancer biology because I'd specialized in cancer and genetic disease in my 3rd year at Cambridge. Like, that's just so not true. Like, I have learned so much over this past year. I've developed so many new academic skills. I've done like a project which I have really enjoyed, and yeah, it's just been a really fun learning experience because I've really learnt to enjoy learning alongside having a more balanced life. So that was a very interesting video. I didn't realize I talked about so much. It doesn't matter what timescale you're planning on, but I do think planning can be really useful. And if things don't go to plan, like, that does not matter, because as you've clearly seen, like, a lot of the things I planned to do didn't happen, or they changed, you know, and that's fine. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we still have the next part of this video. We still have to talk about what my plans are now. I don't have a calendar is the first thing to say. I have two main priorities, and then I'm going to talk to you about some other things that I have in mind. What I want to first of all stress though is that if I don't do this now in my life, if I don't kind of like choose to do this, I feel like I will regret it in a few years time. I'll be like, I didn't even try, I didn't even give this a shot. Now is the time for me to do this, and I feel like I'm doing the right thing for me. I've spoken to my whole family about this and we're all on the same page. So these two like priorities then. The first one is basically to like cement my personal growth. So over this past year I have grown so much. A lot of things have like clicked. I still can't click, but they've clicked. I have never in my whole entire life just been like, I want to prioritize myself and my happiness. I'm sitting here and being like, that is my number one priority. It is to make sure I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm surrounded by the people I love, and I'm just like enjoying what I'm doing. I've never said that to myself because I've never thought it should be a priority, but it really is in your life. And then the second priority for me going forwards is I want to have the flexibility to say yes to things I've had to turn down in the past. I want to have the flexibility to go and travel or go and visit somewhere in the world that I haven't been to before when restrictions ease, or when we can travel more freely again. I don't know if I believe in this whole like manifesting stuff, but I want to manifest this. So getting on to some more like concrete plans, the first thing I wanted to talk about was PhDs, you know, like doing a PhD. Obviously that is like the kind of natural progression. Being brutally honest, a PhD has never been what I've ultimately wanted to do in life. There are aspects of it that I will enjoy, but there is something telling me that a PhD is not 100% right for me. And so I just don't think it makes sense to me at all when I have this very strong feeling that doing a PhD is just not going to make me really happy. I don't normally talk on like a very spiritual level, but I have just had so many signs from the universe. I am talking about the universe, you guys, but I've just had so many signs that doing a PhD is not meant for me. It's not 100% right for me. And as I said, I've never had this desire to do like a PhD and do research. It's just not me, and it's just never been 100% me. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I'm apologizing. Like, this is the people pleaser in me, and I just don't want to do something and spend 3 or 4 years doing something that is really quite stressful when I know it's not 100% me. On top of that, if I do a PhD and I spend like 3 or 4 years doing full-time research, I will have to cast aside so many other things that I want to achieve in life. I'll just have to ignore those goals because I'll be so busy doing a PhD. I've always been someone who's had so many interests, and I've always wanted to do so many different things in life, and so tying myself to just one thing doesn't sound appealing to me. And it definitely doesn't sound appealing to me when it's not like my dream career, as it were. As you guys know, I set up Biology, a second YouTube channel where I wanted to share biology with the world and teach people biology on a bigger scale, and on a scale that I hope will grow in the future. And so having thought about all of this, I'm like, why go and do a PhD, and as I said, spend like 3 or 4 years doing so, when I can jump straight to teaching biology online through Biology and communicating science in that way? That just seems like the perfect opportunity for me. An online lecturer, you know, I'm not saying I'm an online lecturer at all, and you know, I only have an undergraduate and a master's degree. I don't have a PhD, but like, I still have the skills and the knowledge and the qualifications to share biology knowledge. I know how I make my videos. I can develop them further. I have so many things I want to do with it. That's going to be a big part of what I'm doing in the future and moving forwards. That makes me so excited. Whereas a PhD, I just don't get the same buzz from the thought of it. Something I will read to you, because I read it quite recently when I was tutoring someone actually and helping them out with their personal statement. In my personal statement for my UCL application, I wrote, I hope to one day craft a career that gives me the opportunity to spread this, i.e. science or biology, awareness throughout the public and empower others to do the same. I basically was saying in that personal statement that I really want to spread biology with the world. I want to teach others biology. I want to communicate science and make it accessible to more people, and that is exactly what I'm doing with biology. Very much related to YouTube with my main channel, like Holly Gabrielle. As I said in like my planning the next 2 years of my life video, I've never just solely done YouTube. I've always had it like as a full-time thing alongside. So I'm gonna have biology, but I really want to take this channel to another level. My channel, yes, has been branded around studying and academics and being a university student and productivity. I've loved that I've created this whole like space on the internet, and I've grown this community because so many people also share those interests, you know. It's incredible to have this, but I just feel like I have so many interests: food, fitness, health, yes, productivity, yes, studying, but so many other things, and I feel like I have so much more to bring to the table. You just have to trust me and you have to run with me on this. I just feel like I can share so much more with the internet. I have just never had the time to solely focus on creating content. To be able to fully focus on YouTube, it really does take so much time and so much effort, and to have the mind of a creator to plan videos, to film those videos, to edit those videos, and to create that vision that you've intended takes so much work, and I've never just had the time to solely focus on that. And so now, as I said, I just feel like it's the perfect time for me to solely focus on that and to see where I can take it. And it's not going to be like wildly different content, not at all. I have so many fun ideas in mind. One, for example, is my morning routine recreations. They are coming back very soon. In fact, there will have been one that's gone live before this video, you know, according to my new planning. And obviously just keep sharing my life. Yes, social media has its downsides. I just really want to see where I can go with this and really just enjoy it, because I do genuinely love it. And in my gap year, yes, I loved my traveling content so much. If I do more traveling, Holly Go Solo will return, obviously. But like in the second half of my gap year, I kind of am a bit disappointed in myself, because, you know, I got stuck in a rut with YouTube. I was just making like the same types of content, like the same videos, and I didn't really get too creative with it and spice it up when I could have done. Like, I had that perfect opportunity. Now I'm like, you know, Holly, you're gonna push this and you're gonna give it your all, and that is what I intend to do. Like, I have this fire inside of me that's like, yes, we can do this, we can make this work. And there are so many other things I have in mind. I'm not going to share everything, but you guys know I'm always planning things. I always have new ideas, and the big question is, you know, what happens if things don't work out the way I plan them to? Obviously, I do always have my backup plans, plan B, C, D, all the way to Z again, you know. I do have these backup plans. There are so many things that I know I will enjoy in life, but I want to prioritize those that I know are going to make me most happy first of all. We may as well like throw it in here at the end of this video, but you know, like my dream career, like I've had so many different dream careers growing up. My kind of dream career in this very moment basically combines like sharing biology and science in a creative video slash documentary slash film format. This is gonna sound so crazy and so kind of like unrealistic maybe, but I would love to be like, you know, a kind of like David Attenborough kind of figure. As much as I love nature, I don't think I'd be that David Attenborough, but I'd love to do what he kind of does, but you know, for science and biology more broadly. Like, you know, talk about the latest research that's going on, talk about new cancer drugs or new ways in which we can prevent cancer, you know, like talk about what's going on in the science world and make everyone more aware of what's going on, because I feel like there are closed doors. For example, with the vaccine, like there is so much coming out each day, and I feel like we're just all getting confused. Like present or create sort of these types of documentaries or films or videos, that is like a dream for me. That would be like insane. But yeah, I hope that's given you a bit more of an idea as to what my kind of plans are going forwards. If you commit to something, I truly believe that you can make it work. I feel like this video is going to be so long, I don't know, but I really hope you have enjoyed it. As always, give it a thumbs up if you do, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell if you are excited to see where we go in the future. And yeah, obviously my next big hurdle is the London Marathon. Keep up to date with the videos, the vlogs, and as always, I will speak to you very soon in another video.